What if I told you there's a ridiculously simple way to double or even triple the donations your nonprofit pulls in without doubling or tripling your workload? Sounds like one of those too good to be true moments. But here's the deal. If your nonprofit isn't tapping into matching gifts, you're literally leaving money sitting on the table. So let me ask you, does your nonprofit have a matching gifts program? If you're shaking your head or giving me that, uh-oh, look, don't stress, you're exactly where you need to be, because today I'm sharing my top tips to unlock this hidden fundraising goldmine. And yes, it's easier than you think. I'm Joanne Toller, and I help nonprofits and founders like you fundraise smarter so you can raise more and stress less. So today, I'm not just breaking down the different types of matching gift opportunities. I'm going to show you how to find those potential donors, and most importantly, how to confidently ask for those matching gifts without breaking a sweat. Because according to Double the Donation, an estimated 4 to 7 billion in matching gifts go unclaimed every year. That's a billion with a B. And most nonprofits assume matching gifts are complicated, time consuming, or only for the big organizations with big donors. But the truth, they're pretty easy to secure. So let me share a quick example to show you just how simple and effective this can be. One of my students and I were working on stakeholder mapping. So this is to uncover potential funding opportunities. As we were mapping out her donors and partners, she suddenly paused and said, wait a second, we spend thousands of dollars every year with one of our key vendors for supplies. Could we ask them for matching donations? That light bulb moment led to action. She reached out to the vendor using the tips I'm about to share, made her case, and guess what? They enthusiastically agreed to match donations up to a set amount for her year-end campaign. Now, before we dive into securing matching gifts, it's important to understand the different types out there. They all work a little bit differently, but they have one thing in common. They double or even triple the impact of every donation you receive. So let's break them down. So first up is employee matching gifts. This is one of the easiest wins. Tons of companies out there have formal programs as part of their corporate social responsibility. So if an employee donates $100, their company might kick in another $100, turning that single donation into $200. Pretty sweet. The kicker is that there's a lot of employees that don't know these programs exist or that they can donate to you. So just starting by educating your donors could unlock a ton of hidden funding without much extra effort. Now let's talk about fundraising campaign matches. So these are tied to a specific campaign like Giving Tuesday or a year-end appeal or maybe a big event you're hosting. In this case, a matching partner, so whether a business, a foundation, or even an individual, pledges to match all the donations you bring in during that campaign up to a certain amount. This is a fantastic way to create momentum because donors love knowing their gift will go twice as far. It also adds a little excitement and urgency to your campaign, which is always a win. Then we've got match challenges, and this is where things get really fun. A match challenge is all about timing, and I love them for micro campaigns. I'm actually working on a video on micro campaigns, so make sure to subscribe and watch for that. But for example, you might say, for the next 24 hours, every donation will be matched dollar for dollar. That sense of urgency gets people to act now instead of later, and you'll often see a big boost in donations in a really short time. Finally, there are matching grants. These are the big ones. Larger commitments from corporations or foundations, usually tied to a specific project or goal. But here's the catch. To unlock these funds, your nonprofit usually has to meet certain conditions like raising a set amount on your own first. They definitely take more planning and effort, but matching grants can be game changers for big initiatives like buildings, projects, expanding programs, or launching something totally new. Now that you know the different types of matching gifts, let's dive into how to find the right partners to make those matches happen. So whether it's a company, an individual, or a foundation, the key is being strategic and intentional in your search. You don't want to just throw spaghetti at the wall. You want to target folks who are most likely to say yes. So let's start with the easiest win, employee matching programs. This is low-hanging fruit, my friends. Tons of companies out there offer to match donations their employees make. So you can use tools like Double the Donation or Benevity. These platforms are built for this. Double the Donation helps you find matching partners, and Benevity connects corporations directly to your nonprofit giving opportunities. That's super basic, but Google them and you will get the gist. The best part, though, is that these platforms do most of your heavy lifting for you. You just sign up and voila, you're opening doors to hidden funding. But here's the thing, even with these tools, you still need to educate your donors. If you don't tell them about matching gifts, they won't take action. So sprinkle reminders everywhere. Add a simple line in your thank you emails, donation receipts, and even on your donation page that says, check if your employee will match your gifts and double your impact. It's a small nudge that can unlock a lot of extra dollars. And don't forget to shout it from the rooftops on your social media and newsletter. Share success stories about donors who have successfully doubled their donations and make it feel real and achievable for others. Next, let's talk about fundraising matches and challenge. When you're planning a specific campaign like Giving Tuesday or year-end appeal or specific event, your existing donor base is the best place to start looking for matching partners. Why? Because they already believe in your mission. They're the people who have shown up for you in the past and time again. And now you're giving them the opportunity to amplify their support by inspiring others to give. So start by reviewing your major donors. Who are your most consistent givers? Who have been particularly generous in the past? These folks are often excited by the idea of leading the way in fundraising challenges. Now, once you've tapped into your current donor base, it's time to expand your reach by reaching out to new businesses and donors. Local businesses can be fantastic partners for matching gifts, especially if they're committed to giving back to the community. And don't overlook the smaller businesses either. Attend networking events, local Chamber of Commerce meetings, and even casual industry events. They can be great opportunities to meet business leaders who might be interested in partnering with your nonprofit. And for large-scale funding, you'll want to dig into matching grants from foundations and corporations. These are big commitments, but they can be absolutely transformational for nonprofits. So use grant directories like Candid, Instrumental, or GrantStation to search for funders who align with your mission. These tools let you filter for funders that offer matching gifts, so you're not wasting your time chasing dead ends. And don't forget to reach out to your local community foundation. They often have the inside scoop on which businesses or philanthropists in your area are interested in matching gifts. And here's an insider tip. Smaller donors may want to participate in matching gifts, but don't have the capacity to fund full matches on their own. In these cases, consider pooling resources. So groups like service organizations, churches, your alumni, your board, they could all collectively start a matching gift fund. Not only does this maximize resources, but it also builds a sense of collaboration. They pool their donations to create a large matching gift. And before we dive into how to ask for matching gifts, I want to take a quick moment to thank today's video sponsor, Click and Pledge. This is the all-in-one fundraising platform I personally use and love because it lets me do everything in one place. I'm talking about creating donation pages and forms, both online and offline, running text-to-give campaigns, peer-to-peer fundraising, and even integrating donations into my fundraising videos and Zoom events. Yep, no more juggling 10 different tools just to keep my campaigns running. And my absolute favorite part is their transparent pricing. No hidden fees, no surprises, because let's be real, nothing's actually free out there. So a huge thank you to Click and Pledge for bringing you this video and making fundraising so much easier. All right, now that you've got your list of potential matching partners, it's time to turn that interest into actual commitments. Here's the thing. This is not just about making the ask. It's about building genuine relationships and showing your potential matching donors how their support can create something extraordinary. So if you're reaching out to a donor or company for the first time, don't just jump straight into the financial request. Instead, invite them to events or share updates about your impact, or even ask their advice on certain initiatives. This builds trust and connection before money even enters the conversation. Now, if the potential donor is already familiar with your organization, maybe they're a longtime supporter, a vendor you've worked with, or a community partner, you're in a fantastic position. Leverage that relationship, reach out personally and reference your existing connections. Say something like, you've been such a valued supporter of our mission over the years, and we'd love to explore how we can amplify your impact even further through a matching gift opportunity. This makes it feel like a natural next step in your relationship. And next, position the donor as the catalyst for change. People love to feel that they're part of something bigger, and they love to know their contribution is making a real difference. When you frame the matching gift as an opportunity for them to lead and inspire others, it shifts the conversation. You're not just asking for money, you're inviting them to be a leader in the community. So for example, you could say, with your matching gift, you won't just be supporting our mission, you'll be motivating others to step up and give. Your leadership can double the impact and inspire an entire community to get involved. And don't forget, recognition matters. Some donors love public acknowledgement, while others prefer to stay behind the scenes. So make sure you offer both options. You might say, we'd love to feature your support in our campaign materials and social media, but if you prefer to remain anonymous, we completely respect that too. Giving them control over how they're recognized makes them feel respected and valued. Timing and urgency can make or break your ask. Matching gifts tied to a specific event or deadline create natural excitement and a sense of immediacy. So tie your ask to a specific campaign. For example, We're gearing up for a Giving Tuesday, and a matching gift from you could help us double the donations on the biggest giving day of the year. Or create a time-sensitive challenge to build urgency. Like, we're launching a 24-hour challenge to raise $10,000, and we're looking for a donor to match gifts during that window. Your support could be the spark that gets us there. And make it easy for them to say yes. Offer flexible options on how they can structure the match. So maybe they match every donation up to a certain amount, or they match only new donor contributions. Giving them choices makes them feel like it's a partnership rather than a demand. And finally, don't forget to follow up. Securing the matching gift is just the beginning. How you handle the relationship afterwards will determine whether they support you again in the future. Keep them updated throughout the campaign. Let them know how things are going in real time. It keeps them engaged and excited about the impact they're making. Once the campaign wraps up, report the results, share the final numbers, and show them the difference their gift made. And of course, express gratitude. Now, if you're gearing up to launch a matching gift campaign, there's one thing that can be game-changing, and that's a dedicated landing page for your matching gifts program. So think of it as your one-stop hub for everything matching gifts. And here's the best part. I've got you covered, because up next, I'm going to show you exactly how to create the perfect landing page to maximize those matching gift opportunities. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. So thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, comment, like, because I'll see you next week.